guys, VC10 Aviation here, and today I'll be making a models roundup video. Now this models roundup is episode 3. So in this roundup episode we've got some new models, including the Gemini Jets pre-order, and we've got some surprise NG models. We've got another aircraft, Flybe aircraft as well. So we'll get a look at the Flybe first. So we've got the Flybe 170. Now this aircraft, I decided to get it instead of getting another Q400. I thought I'd get another Flybe aircraft for the actual reason that Flybe, I don't know when they're due to restart, but I'm just more thinking, you know, instead of having the two aircraft like the 195 and the Q400, I thought I'd get a 175 so that it, you know, if they are serving like more than 3 destinations, what they were before at Heathrow, they were serving stuff like sort of Glasgow, Edinburgh. No, they weren't serving Glasgow, were they? That was Edinburgh, Aberdeen, Newquay, and I think Guernsey. But I think Newquay was then swapped back to Gatwick, and I think Guernsey was meant to stop, I think, and that was going to go to Düsseldorf or something like that. But yeah, that never happened. But yeah, so I thought I'd get a 175 just so that there's like sort of some Flybe aircraft. So if they operate more than 3 routes, then yeah, so we've got a Flybe. Now this is one of the sort of exclusive releases to Wings. Is it either? It's either Wings 400. Or something like that. No, they're very good, sort of quality. So these are sort of the exclusive releases. So I've got the 2 Flybe. Originally I was just going to get the Flybe. I just got the 195, but I thought, hang on a minute, if Flybe is going to resume operations, you know, because they could start at Gatwick and they could have like 4, you know, flights out there. That could happen, it might not happen, but it's one of those things you've just got to prepare so that if that did happen, then I've got 3 aircraft I can dot around on those routes. So this is the 175. Next models, so I got these 2 from Bedfordshire Diecast. So this is the NG models, Sunclass A321. Now they had a sale on of NG models, I think about 15%, and I had some points, so I thought I'd get these 2 because I actually quite like this livery. I think it looks very good. So this could be a hint of a new airport starting. I do plan to start like a little sort of Tenerife style airport eventually, sort of maybe to replace the London Classic Airport. I don't know if that will resume, that could resume, that might not resume, but this could be the replacement. So we've got the Sunclass A321. It's a very nice model. I'm very impressed with the NG model A321 quality. Even more so, I've just pre-ordered the United 777, so I'm even looking forward to that sort of 777 mould to see what that looks like. I mean, the 787s and A330s are impressive, but the 777, that would be wait and see how that looks. Now this is very nice release. Now it's not a new release. I think it was released like a year ago, something like that. So very nice release. So this is a former Thomas Cook Scandinavia aircraft, but the Sunclass, they decided to rebrand the airline as Sunclass Airlines. It's quite a nice livery. Now I'm hoping to catch one of these when I go to Tenerife this year. I do hope to bag one of these, or the A330. And it's very nice. So we've got two CFM 56 engines. The registration of this is Oscar Yankee Tango Charlie Foxtrot. So this is one of the handful of A321s they've got where they fly between sort of Oslo and Tenerife. This is quite a nice livery, so that's another reason I got it. So I've also, in addition to that, I also managed to get the A330-200. A330-200. Yes, they do have an A330-200, but I think it's either been withdrawn or they only have one remaining. So this is the A330-300. So we've got the A330-300 here. So this is Oscar Yankee Victor Kilo India. So this is the A330. So I've got these two just in case I did start a Tenerife airport. I'm looking at starting like a Tenerife airport because I've got a Condor 757 by JC Wings. So I might sort of build up sort of those a little bit and add some more sort of other aeroplanes. I mean, I've got level. No, I've got Vueling, not level. I mean, what even is level? I mean, what even is that in general? But that's another story. But I've got British Airways and stuff like that, so I could make some sort of Tenerife style airport. I've got Iceland Air, so there might be some sort of Tenerife style airport. So yeah, so this is a nice livery. Now I've heard a lot of people have made sort of custom models of these. They do look quite impressive, but yeah. So this is quite a nice addition as well. This is the A330. So yeah, so that's another aircraft there. I did mention the Flybe 170. I did forget the registration. So this aircraft is registered Golf Bravo Juliet Hotel. This aircraft is currently stored. Whether or not it'll join Flybe's fleet again, that's something else. I don't know. I know there's a few Q400s is being reactivated, I think, or going to be reactivated. So this is the new Gemini Jets releases. So here we got the Air Canada 777-200LR in the new livery. I got this instead of getting the 777-300ER. I will get a 777-300ER, but I thought the 777-200LR is quite a it's a bit of a rarity aeroplane. It's not one of these aeroplanes which is, you can see every day. I mean, I've been lucky to see only one personally. I've seen, what did I see? Yeah, I've managed to catch one, but I've seen two, or one in. I've seen the Crystal Cruises one. I filmed that, and I've seen sort of some Qatar Airways ones when I was in Doha. And that's the only sort of 777-200LRs I've sort of seen. And I think I've also bagged the Air Canada one as well, and that was Gulf. No, that was not one of the Gulf registrations. They don't have. I'm more thinking the A330 when I'm saying that. That was Uniform Alpha, which Witty Wings did. So those are the sort of 777s LRs I've seen. There's not too many of them going about. It's becoming a bit of a dying breed, a bit like the A340 really as well, if we look at it realistically, because Delta's got rid of theirs. But this is the Air Canada 777-200LR, so this is in the new livery. So it's quite a striking livery, must admit. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. It does look a little bit, sort of ridiculous, but compared to the ice blue livery. But however, it is a nice livery. I'm not a too big fan of it. It is a nice livery, but it's not the best livery going about. So this is the aircraft itself. So this aircraft is registered Charlie Foxtrot November Delta, and I believe this is still stored. I'm not too sure. I heard Air Canada's reactivating their 777-200LR fleet. So we've got that. So next aircraft here, pretty much the similar sort of reality here. We've got the Emirates 777-300ER. This is in the 50th livery. Now I got this for Gatwick. Now it's quite difficult to try and find a Emirates 777-300ER at the best of times, so I thought let's get this for Gatwick, because I do need one of these for Gatwick, because at the moment they only fly one A380 in and one 777-300ER, and that is for the evening flight. Normally in normal times they do have 4 daily, I think, to Gatwick, and it's should be a 777 in the morning, 380 like sort of for the afternoon, and then going back to the 777, and then A380 for like the 22. I think they had a flight 2200 or something like that was an A380 flight. So yeah, so normally they serve Gatwick between a mixture of 777s and 380s. London Heathrow normally gets A380s, and I think they did announce a few years ago, or they did announce that we were getting a 777 rotation. So that'll be interesting to see where that goes. So that's that one. The next one we have here is the Emirates A380 in the... So this one is the Emirates A380. This is also in the UAE 50th library. So this is an A380-842. So this is the main reason I got it, because I have not got an I have not got an Emirates A380-842. Now I am been slightly picky with the schedules in the aspect for my airport, because I've got loads of I've got the A380-861, which was the original sort of A380. So these are so if you don't know the difference between the A380 861, so the 861 has like the I believe Engine and Alliance GP 7000 engines or something like that. The A380 841 has the Rolls-Royce Trent engines, and I don't know if they can be fitted with the GP 7000s, but the A380 842 has the Rolls-Royce Trent engines. Now this is the main reason for picking this one, because I've got the 861 designations as well in my collection. I thought I'm going to sort of get a couple of A380 842s. I don't know what ones they'll be, but these will be mainly. This one will be going to Heathrow, because I haven't seen UAE 50. Oh yes, I have. I've caught A6 EOE or Alpha 6 Echo Oscar Echo. This was in the UAE 50 library. I've seen that at Gatwick. So this aircraft is the, as I said, the 842, and this aircraft is registered Alpha 6 Echo Victor Golf. Now it's one of the newer A380s here. One of the new A380s. What they've got. So these are the first two I've got. So we'll now get on to the unboxing. So that I'm gonna put my other glove on. So yeah, we'll add the other glove. So for the new Phoenix pre-orders, they were pretty good. Managed to get the Ethiopian A350 Starlines. Also got an Air Baltic A220 300 by Herpa. I didn't pre-order that, but I got one in the aspect I thought I do desperately need an Air Baltic for Gatwick. They normally fly, I don't know what's happened to the Vilnius rotation. I know it's like normally 2 daily Riga and Tallinn rotations we normally get with them. So I don't know what's happened to Vilnius. Whether or not we'll get that back again, who knows. So we'll start off with the unboxing. So we'll get underway with the Flybe 175. Yeah, this comes with a collector's card, but I have a stash of them, so I've just already put that in the stash of collector's card for what I have. So here we are. Crikey. Yeah, the first time the box gets opened, it's quite difficult. So there we are. There's a 175. Yeah, on the box it's kind of written wrong. It's a 170, 175. It's not really. There's not really that much difference. I think, of course, with these variants, it's probably going to be. You might find these like a 5 centimetre stretch of the fuselage or something like that. It's like the 190 and the 195. It's like sort of the same family of aeroplanes. So there we go. So it's in the basic Flybe billboard library. Now, if we don't, now going back to the history of Flybe, they first started out as, I believe, was it Brahman, something to do with Brahman Airways. I think they originally started live as part of British Airways. This was BA Connect. Now I think, and then BA then sold that to Brahman Airways, and then I think Brahman Airways acquired, was it, or something? something to do with the main foundation of this airline is to do with Jersey European. So, so it's a bit like Jet2 and Channel Express. The main foundation for Jet2 holidays is Channel Express, which is, who would know that? But yeah, again, so it's something along those lines. I can't really remember, or I can't really mind how it happened, because I remember something about it. I read up about it, but yeah. So there we go. There's the 175. So that's a nice addition. So hopefully, yeah, again, I've got this as a fleet builder. So if there is a Flybe aircraft in, they start serving London Gatwick, London Heathrow, with 3 daily rotations, and I've got 3 aeroplanes to use with that. So that's the 175. Move that out of the way, and then we've got the Sun Class A321. From the box. Get that out of the way. The boxes are actually quite interesting. We've got a plastic lid, as well as a bit of cardboard tray, which is quite an interesting combination there. I've never seen that before, but I suppose it's probably part of that. It's better having that, better than having nothing, I guess, because what I don't like with NG models sometimes is they're sort of polystyrene and plastic. Sometimes you're lucky you have the plastic tray underneath, but sometimes you don't have that, which that's something I don't really like. I prefer like sort of this style packaging, so if anything is broken, then you know it's broken, basically. But so there we are. There's the Sun Class A321. Very nice model. I'm very impressed. It kind of reminds me a bit like the Gemini, sort of slightly like Gemini Jet's sort of Phoenix. Now it's a very, I'd say there's quite a lot of competition here with Phoenix, because I have quite a handful of Phoenix A321s. Just like their 747s. I know a lot of people don't rate the Phoenix 747, but I quite like I only sort of technically get the Phoenix 747 because I find it a lot better than Gemini Jets. Well, I find it a lot better, but I find it more cheaper as well, than Gemini Jets. I do have some Gemini Jets 747s, but I find the Phoenix models, like for the British Airways 747, you're a lot cheaper than the Gemini Jets ones. That's why I tend to get the Phoenix ones more as well. So the A321, yet again, it's a nice mould there, very nice. So there's the Sun Class A321. As I mentioned earlier, I hope I would like to see what the 777 200 would look like, and that would be quite nice. Here we have the A330 300 now. There. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about, the plastic tray. So we have sort of the foam bit. Sometimes I've even got some NG models that don't even have the tray. Now I'm not a particular big fan of this packaging. I don't particularly like it. It's a bit like sort of when you have sort of the foam and like the 2 sets of cardboard, like a box set sort of thing. Like what Witty Wings did. Now, I'm not a really big fan of that either, to be honest. This is what I don't really like about it, because you have to sort of be careful when you're handling the model, because that could just automatically break, and that's what we do not want. That's what I don't like with that packaging. So here we've got the A330-200. Now, I keep on calling it an A330-200. Dude, it's a 300. And then we've got landing gears do roll. The A321's landing gears do roll as well, so that's a good sign of things. I don't think the Phoenix ones do, or I don't think I've got a variance of that one. I don't think do, or they do briefly. They might do. I don't know. Don't really care. And then we've got the engines. So we've got, for this A330, we've got the 2 Rolls-Royce Trent 77 2B60 engines for these. Now these make quite a nice noise on takeoff, especially when you're spotting and all you hear is like sort of that deep whining noise and the sort of the roar and stuff like that, especially on landing as well. So these are quite cool engines as well. So here we got so it's basically, yet again, it's the same library as the A321. We've just got sort of a name, I think, at the fuselage. Well, that's weird. Well, there was on a box. I think it was named, but they clearly haven't added that detail. Well, that's a bit of a disappointment. Oh well. So, yeah. Okay. So the next aeroplane we're going to unbox is the Air Canada 777. Just pull this out of the way. So here we go. I'm looking forward to this one. I have been looking forward to this one. Tight Gemini Jets plastic. I always find that quite good, that you always know that the manufacturers take good care of the models when you know that sort of the plastic is when you know the plastic is sort of tough when you open the aircraft, because then you know it's not going to be as broken. There might be a wing that comes off, but that's nothing, no problem. You can just slot that back in, really. So here we have it, the 777-200R. Very nice. Yeah, very nice Gemini jets. That does look fantastic, really. The landing gears don't really roll. Ooh, a few tyres. Yeah, the tyre configuration is a bit weird. There's some sort of, I don't know whether they're too big or what it is, but yeah. So apart from that, the landing gears don't really roll, but I think there's, don't know whether mine's got some sort of, it looks like the sort of the landing gear slot is a bit too big, or they haven't pushed the tyres in. I'm not quite sure, but oh well. I'm not really, it doesn't bother me about rolling gears, to be honest. That's one thing I'm not bothered with sort of model collecting, because I always find if you roll the gears too much, it's like tilting gears. I don't particularly like it. I only have a problem with that because I had a sort of a bit of an experience when I got the Phoenix. The first time I bought a Phoenix 777, and the landing gear actually came off, which is helpful to everybody. So this is why sort of I kind of have a little bit of an issue sort of with tilting gears and stuff like that. It's mainly due to that experience. But apart from that, it's never happened since. So here's the Emirates 777. Yep. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, it's always good when you know the sort of, you hear the sort of, it's tough to get the plastic out, lid and stuff like that, because then you know that the model should be okay, which I think we're lucky here. Now, we haven't done a little unboxing in this sort of series for a while now. That is primarily because of I don't want to unbox loads of models at every one time. Luckily here we've only got how many have we got? 5 models, so not too many, and that's doable, isn't it? Where and plus it just takes a long time. Basically, it could drag on for hours, and yeah. So here we have the 777. So overall, it's a nice model. So we've got so this aircraft is Alpha 6 Echo Golf Echo. I don't think I mentioned the registration earlier, but overall it's a nice model. Oh, yeah. We have got a bit of a C join, what they used to do with their 777s, sort of moulded back in again. That's a bit of a shame. Okay. Apart from that, I have noticed that as well. I might try and show you guys. There we go. You got that C join there. Oh well. At least, as I said, it's not broken. I don't find stuff like that too much of a problem, but they haven't really done that on the Air Canada 777-200R, which I find weird. So why do it on the Emirates 777-300R? Dude, like, so you make a hideous looking C join there, and you join the wings into the fuselage on the Air Canada 777-200R. I mean, I don't really quite get it, but oh well. However, yeah, I think the sort of level of detail sort of makes up for that mistake. So if you are planning to get that model, I do recommend it. If you don't want that hideous looking join, then yeah, I just find that I mean, I don't have any older Emirates 777s in my collection to sort of relate to that issue, but I know it happened in the past. So yeah, so here we've got the A380 now. Yeah, these are quite tough when you the first time you open these. So do be. Oh no, this. Aha! Oh no, I am wrong. I am wrong. Gemini Jets have improved their A380 sort of boxes, because I remember getting what is it, Echo Delta, the British Airways one they did. That was quite tough to get out of the box actually. That's how, yeah. So they've improved the sort of that, because I always don't like it when it's too tight, because then you can break the model as well. So you don't want it too loose and it breaks the model, and yeah, it's a tough thing to do. So here's the A380. Landing gears do not roll on this model. Very nicely detailed. And yeah, so